Has everybody caught their breath yet? Are we all feeling okay, or are we still feeling a little sick, a little ill? Perhaps like we just got slugged in the stomach really hard? I tell you, I usually love the season premiere of every season of Walking Dead, and this one was good, very, very good, but goddamn was it hard to watch. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, as you've guessed, of course, I will be doing my episode review and reaction to the Season 7 premiere of The Walking Dead, which debuted earlier tonight on AMC. And it was something. Now, before I start talking too much and I keep going on and on, please be warned that there will be massive, heartbreaking spoilers revealed in this episode review. If you have not seen the Season 7 premiere, do not keep watching or listening to this video, as I will be revealing who Negan's victim was from the season finale from last year and everything that happened in this episode. Like I said, final warning, massive spoilers are to follow. Please be warned, watch or listen to at your own risk. And if you have watched the episode, you are caught up, and you're still recovering from it, you can join me here for some group therapy. So you have been warned. That being said, first off, huge hand to Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Negan. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a hell of a performance. You know, I loved his introduction last year in the finale, and I loved his presence in this episode. He was so menacing, grotesque, evil. This is probably the most evil, awful, hateable villain we are ever going to get on The Walking Dead. This was something else, this episode alone. So, of course, I won't leave you in suspense. We found out who the victim was. It was, unfortunately, spoilers, Abraham. I began to suspect it was Abraham shortly after the sneak peek was released from New York, and over time I just kept thinking it makes sense that it's Abraham for a couple of reasons. Well, first off, I should say, my first guess was Maggie. I was so dead set on it being Maggie because I thought that'd be a great way to make the audience hate Negan. But I think no matter who Negan killed, the audience is going to hate him. And they're especially going to hate him after this one. I thought to myself it was going to be Abraham because simply in the Season 6 finale, even though Abraham is on his knees and Negan approaches him, he takes this posture, this stance, like he's standing up to him like this, even though he's on his knees. And it's like he shows no fear. And if he is scared, he hides it well. But he's looking right up to Negan and it's like, what's up? And Negan has that line where he's like, huh. Oh, I gotta save this shit. Like he's impressed that somebody is not showing fear for him, like somebody's standing up to him. And I think he took that as a direct threat, a challenge to his authority, to his ego, to his power. And I think, even though he did eeny, meeny, miny, moe, I think he had his sights set on Abraham from the beginning. Another reason why I thought it was going to be Abraham was because when a major villain has ever killed a major character in a shocking manner, the roles have usually been reversed. So even though in the comics it was Tyrese who had his head cut off with Michonne's sword by the governor before the prison battle, in the TV show, it was Herschel. And then Tyrese did end up dying later, but not till like another season later. So now, and then in last season, when Denise died, when she was out on the run with Daryl and Rosita, and she's in the middle of that speech, and she gets an arrow through the back of the head, through the eye, thanks to Dwight, with Daryl's stolen crossbow, she was the TV victim of Abraham's fate from the comics. Because in the comics, that's what happens to Abraham. Shot in the back of the head by an arrow by Dwight. So it only makes sense that in the TV show, Abraham would be the TV victim of Glenn's fate in the comics. At least that's what we all thought right after what happened to Abraham. And at least Abraham got to have one final witty remark right before he died. I was grateful for that. You know, he told him to suck his nuts. Even though he was dying, you know, he was a fighter till the end. And it was horrible to watch him get his brains bashed in. It was just awful. And, you know, we all have this it's almost like a sense of relief and dread. Like, oh, thank God we know who died. At least it wasn't Glenn or Daryl or any of our other favorite characters. But then there's that moment where Daryl finally snaps, goes after Negan, punches him, and you're like, oh shit, god damn it, now they're gonna kill Daryl in the same fashion. Oh, my heart can't take this. And I was trying to prepare myself. I really was. I was like, oh god, they're gonna kill Daryl, they're gonna get Daryl. But then when Negan spares him from Dwight, who's wanted to shoot him in the head with his own crossbow, he's like, oh shit, he's not gonna kill Daryl, at least not yet. He's gonna make somebody else pay for Daryl's actions. And sure enough, son of a bitch, he bashed in Glenn's head. Oh, poor Glenn. God, it was bad enough we just lost Abraham, and now we're having Glenn beaten to death in front of us. Oh, God, it was something else. I was watching it at a viewing party with my friends, and we're all like, oh, you know, it was bad enough watching Abraham, but once he started smashing in Glenn's head, I'm like, oh. We're all like, oh, my God, you know. We were all just wowed, like, and horrified, of course. And my heart really broke for Glenn, but it also broke for his fans, because Glenn was a big fan favorite, and now his fans are going to be devastated. I'm really, really sorry, you guys. It was horrible to watch, not enjoyable at all. The episode itself was enjoyable. There were just parts of it that were hard to watch. I seriously thought they really were going to dismember Carl there for a second. I thought Negan was either going to rape Carl in front of Rick, or he was going to make Carl do something sexual to him or something. But no, he was going to make Rick chop off his own son's hand, or if he refused, he was going to execute everybody in the setup there. And I think, you know, it was pretty bad when Rick went through the loss of Lori and how far gone he was. You know, this was him beyond devastation, beyond despair, beyond being broken. This was the lowest we had ever seen Rick in the series, ever. And I think that's true for the most of our characters who are left as well. Everybody is just heartbroken, devastated beyond words and expression, because now they have lost not one, but two of their allies to this murderous, power-hungry madman. And now they're basically going to work for him, and if they don't, he's going to kill them all. So this episode did a fantastic job setting us up for what's to come for the rest of the season. We certainly got a better taste of Negan. Unfortunately, we said goodbye to to Abraham and Glenn. And even though Daryl did survive, he's going to probably feel really guilty for his buddy Glenn's death, because it was because of him Negan took it out on Glenn. But now, because Negan is impressed with Daryl's spirit and, you know, how he struck out at him, I think he wants to make him a scout for the Saviors. I think he wants to recruit him as one of his soldiers, because he said Daryl belongs to him now. He's going to use him. And I think he's really going to make Daryl go out there and gather shit for him, or God knows what else. I just hope Daryl makes it back to Alexandria somehow, and back to our group at least. And at least he survived the premiere. That was a huge sigh of relief. Granted, it didn't help the fact that we watched both Abraham and Glenn die brutally and horribly, but at least Daryl's okay. At least that's how I'm trying to justify it. My heart does break, though, for those of you who were big fans of both Glenn and Abraham. I was a big Abraham guy. I liked Glenn just fine. But, oh, God, it was hard to watch. Ooh, hard to watch. Overall, really, really good episode, just with incredibly difficult moments to watch. And I am certainly going to keep watching. I am absolutely intrigued, and I am reeled in now, of course, like all of you probably. I am reeled in, and I cannot wait for what's to come for the rest of the season. Well, what did you guys think? Did you love the premiere? Did it pay off finally? Was your curiosity, your morbid curiosity, satisfied? Were you heartbroken by tonight's losses? Were you relieved that your favorite character didn't die, whoever that may be? Please leave your thoughts, opinions, and your feedback down below in the comments section. I'd love to hear from everybody. Let's please be respectful and civil of one another's beliefs and opinions. Of course, you can disagree with each other. Just no internet trolling and no unnecessary hostility or aggression. You can disagree with each other. Just do so in a respectful manner. The Walking Dead is back. It will premiere every Sunday night on AMC. Check your local listings for times. Thanks again for watching this episode review. Don't forget to check out my Facebook page in the description down below. I think you'll like what you see. Have a wonderful rest of the night, everybody. I hope you all feel a lot better tomorrow. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.